This is John Presco coming to you live from Springfield, Oregon. It's 3:52 p.m. on July 5th, the day that I will be hung in San Quentin prison at sundown. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I did atrocious things, folks. I kidnapped the town's daughters and I tied them up and put them in a barn and set the barn on fire. I violated some of them. I was just an evil man. There's just no doubt about it. We got witnesses. Some of the little girls survived, and they testified. And I'm bad. I mean, I'm the worst man that anybody's ever seen or heard of or read about in the paper. And now, at sundown, I get hanged by the neck till I'm dead in Alcatraz prison. They're going to open it up, seal it off for their special execution of the baddest man on earth. See, when I die, is there another bad man to take my place? See, I like this concept. I announced it 4 days ago. I got a new friend, and I think maybe she got shaken when I said this. But there's a Christ story here. See, Jesus was the most purest man, deity, God, Son, totally without sin, and loves everybody, heals people, feeds the poor. It's just a wonderful, sinless man. They string him up, forgive them, Lord, they don't know what they do. Huh? And see, look what they did to this totally innocent man. And now we got totally guilty man who's going to, be crucified, hung by his neck, his hands tied behind his back. And looks like that's going to be it. See, good riddance, bad rubbish. But then her long lost daughter, 21 years of age, hears what's going to happen to her father. She rushes to Alcatraz. She hires a boat. She to go out there, and she sneaks up through the rocks, and they won't let her come in there. And just when he's up, got the neck around, she comes rushing in. Daddy, Daddy, I love you. You're innocent. This is an innocent man. He didn't do it. He did not murder and savage those poor little girls. I love you, Dad. I love you, Father. See, there you go. This is about as Christ-like thing that can. This guy's friggin' nuts. He's fucking crazy. What is he talking about? So this is about, the Jews not recognizing Jesus as their Messiah. So they arrest him, and they torture him. Maybe the Romans helped, and they string him up. They beat him and flay him. He looks like, hamburger meat. And they didn't recognize him as the Messiah. I don't know why. They just didn't. Pagans who don't know the Torah or the Bible or anything, they didn't even have to read the Bible to recognize who he was, but learned Jews, Sadducees, Pharisees, the Sanhedrin, I don't see anything here that indicates this is our Messiah, and we should be worshiping him down on our hands and knees. I think this guy's a high criminal. I think he's guilty of blasphemy, not obeying the Sabbath. They start running this list of things that Jesus, the most innocent man in the world, is guilty of. And so I'm making a parallel to that, is that as the man who must be hanged because he's so evil and bad, you know, I feel liberated. See, when you grow up, people are always judging you, misjudging you, making rumors about you, slandering you. When you become a Christian, they, is he really a Christian? Has he really turned his life over to Jesus? I don't think so. I don't think he's repentant at all. I think he's got to be strung up and hanged by the neck. The Puritans did this to women and men. They were really witches inside or something like that. See, so it's never, suspected witch. They go on trial. You float them in a pond, if they sink or whatever. But did I just condemn a young 24-year-old woman to be hanged in Salem, Massachusetts? Could I have been wrong about her? Did I jump the gun? But see, with me, there's no doubt. It's evidence, testimony, witnesses, horrible monster I am, and no doubt in my mind, totally guilty. Yep, totally guilty. Just when we hang him, he's gone. There's just going to be no, gosh darn, should I have spoken up and said, I got doubts about him. Nope, no doubts. Nope. And to prove it, in comes his daughter. Daddy, stop. Don't kill my father. He's so good. I love him, And he looks around, what the, did we get it wrong? If we listen to her, this man's innocent. He didn't do anything. According to her, oh, Father, if there's a God in heaven, please save my father. See, I ended up with a total opposite daughter. Guilty as hell, you name it. If Patrice Hansen wants to say I did this and I missed, yep, there's my daughter signing off on it. She fill out my, death by hanging certificate. Yeah, hang him. Do it soon. Sooner the better for me. Getting a little tired, so this might be a short one. But what I'm trying to fathom out, and I want to get this plumb, is the view from Heather, Patrice, Matt Hansen. Oh, come on, the Black Panther's son, the Mullins. I want to see it from their point of view. It's important when you're writing a book or making a movie or a series to see things from different people's points of view. And so I'm trying to, a story that I heard from Patrice and my daughter was they were living with Scientologists. And they're pretty important Scientologists in Santa Rosa, Santa Rosa, Petaluma, no, Santa Rosa. And they're living in their house. And Patrice was the host and cook, one of the cooks. But she was the hostess. They gave her a room without a bathroom. And my daughter was the au pair for their daughter, who was about 9 years old. And she spent a lot of time living up in their house, Scientologists, big guys. And so where was I going with that? Oh, so one of the cooks was on the computer. And she said, "Oh, what was the name of your father's famous sister?" Uh, Rosamond. Yeah, that's it. And she goes, "Oh, Christine? I think so. I don't know. I never met her. Oh my gosh. She died. She's dead? Oh, God. Eh. Oh, my heartache. What? She's dead? Yeah. Oh my gosh, they're looking for people that knew her to come and be in her biography. Oh my God. Oh, mommy, this is my big break, isn't it? Yes, dear, it is. This is it. We've been waiting. I told you. If you want to find your father, find Rosamond. You said that? Yeah, I put that print over, Rosa, print over your crib and your little baby. Oh, yeah, I remember that. And, but I don't remember my father. Did you tell me about my father? Uh, yeah, I think I did. I think you were 2.5. We were living down there in LA by the beach. I said, you know, daughter, I have a secret to tell you. Randy Del Piano is not your real father. Be still, my heart. Oh, but then who is my father? Uh, wait a minute. What's his name? Oh, he's Rosamond's brother. Rosamond? Who's she? She's your aunt. She's famous. Really? You know? So I don't really need a father. I don't really, it's not important. I was in love with Randy. I thought he was my real dad. And I call him Daddy. I mean, this is tough. See, the key thing, Rosamond is dead. Biography being written. People who knew Rosamond, please come forth and be in the novel. Well, right off the bat, Patrice never met Christine Rosamond. She did want to meet her to run by this woman's acid superiority thing. We'll talk about that another day because that's crazy. I mean, I got the energy to go down that road. So and Heather never met Christine Rosamond. And she never met her real father. So Heather really doesn't have any connection whatsoever. Uh, you know, her mother, fucked her and got her pregnant. But then maybe Randy did, who knows? But the important is you got to get in that biography. You got to get close to dead Rosamond. You hear me? Dang, I wish we could have been there at the funeral. Darn it. We could have worked the crowd at the funeral. So they start thinking, okay, well, we got to, they get a hold of Tom Snyder, who invites them out. I think we've lost the connection. Oh, okay. So the idea now is to get into the gallery, get next to these big, important gallery people. And Heather is always encouraged to smooth people and network and stuff. That's part of the Scientology thing, too. I think that might have been what happened, okay? But we'll do the Scientology thing at another time. So they couldn't work the funeral, but that maybe they can work the gallery people, the reopening of the, and make contact with people that are further Heather's career as a country western singer, teenage western singer. But the thing is, she doesn't have a career. She's never really performed professionally. She's never been on a billboard and booked for a show. But she's gone to a lot of karaoke things, and people thought she's pretty good. Does she have any voice training? No. But there's really no reason for Patrice. So imagine if Patrice did have my child. Oh, wait a minute, that doesn't work. But there's really no story that Tom Snyder would really want to tell. That's what I'm getting at. If it was just Patrice somehow, and my daughter doesn't exist, and then, wait a minute, I don't exist, and it's just Patrice, see? The narcissist stage mother, that's what it is, see? Frame her in there. Get away from me, daughter. I'm working, on your career, the stage mother. The condemned mass child murderer, because that's what's going to happen. Matt learns about it. David learns about it. Which Linda learns about it. Craig knows. They all hear about this ad on the Stacey Pearl Rosemont page to come up and be in this bio. And I got off the bat, they're going, this could be dangerous. What if John's there? Isn't he going to be pissed that you didn't tell him he had a daughter for all these years? Well, yeah, that is a good point. That is a good point. Yeah, maybe you'll have me arrested for, I don't know, conning people with the help of my ex-husband, Randy Depiana. He could say I'm a con artist. That's right, he could. And he could throw you out on your ear. The gallery, if he's there. What? He just might just take me by the ear and out the door I go. Like, tell her you come around here, come around me, I'll call the goddamn cops on you, lady. And your daughter. And your sons. And your sister and your brother. Are you trying to con my niece's legacy, worm your way in here? So right off the bat, they're thinking evil, bad thoughts, aren't they? It's really none of their fucking business. It really isn't. But she's Rosa Mont's niece. We got her. She's 16 years old. Patrice writes me, says, Aunt Linda wants a blood test, John, before you can see Heather. I go, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? You got to see the emails on this one. And I was about ready to shit can. I says, forget it. If your Aunt Linda's going to have to prove to me a member of the family incested her before I give her a drop of my blood. Well, she's married to this big lawyer, see. He's going for the deadbeat dad, I mean, I don't fucking even know my daughter exists, and this plotting is all going, to positioning, Let's, put this guy in our helogram and examine him. And, I wish we could get his blood without him knowing it. Maybe we'll follow him around if he drinks from a cup. We'll just take the cup out of the trash there, get some DNA. Because I think we got a deadbeat dad here. And once she hears Heather exists, she's going to close the doors. Like Krell metal, forbidden plant. Id, it's the monster of the id. So this top lawyer is like, we got to set a snare for him. We got to get him to bite. See, and the noose, tighten the noose on. Now there, deadbeat father. Yeah, you sired this poor little girl. You're gonna get it, buddy. We're gonna empty your wallets and pockets right here, right now. See. So already, I'm like the bad guy. My daughter's listening to this. Oh God, this is scary. Is my father this bad man? He's a bad man. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you got to be very careful how you approach this man. You're tiger bait, dear. You're alligator bait. See, because once he senses, that a beautiful child, 16-year-old like you, that he sired exists in the world, he's gonna turn on and run and hide. And then he's gonna give orders to his family. If that bitch and her daughter set one foot in the Rosamond Gallery, you call the cops and have them arrested. See, but I don't got that kind of family, do I? Warn them, that I think, this is a Del Piano continuation to another generation. Because Vicky and Mark are on another long con here with the gallery people, the ex-husband, and using Drew as a poster child to get their way, see? They got Drew on a stick, corpse, why me? They got, a little, okay, hallucination sign comes in, a little, come on, Peter Pan and Tinkerbell, yeah, they got Drew on a stick like a crucified Tinkerbell, as they come through, the legal system fighting her half sister, Shannon. So, Heather's now frozen because her mother's like introduced all these surrogate husbands, boyfriends, lovers before. Heather, I want you to meet somebody. This is your new daddy. My new daddy? What happened to my old daddy, my last daddy? Oh, he, well, It doesn't matter. But look at this new guy. He's crisp and glowy, fresh, bigger bank account than your last daddy. Okay, I guess this is good for me, is it? This is good for Yes, my child. So that leads to the point. What's going through Heather's mind? Is this good for me? Is this going to benefit me? Am I going to get in any trouble? Is my real father going to hate me for what we're going to do to him? Oh no, we just won't let him know. We'll hoodwink him at every turn. Keep the blinders on. Keep him concerned, because once he says he wants a daughter, The scenes where they're yanking on Jesus with the ropes and chains, carrying the ground. Big old hook under my chin. It's not funny, but it is. It's got to be because I want money. See, I want a big payday. I got to get out of where I'm living over the 450-pound piece of shit downstairs. I need a house. I need a house for my cat. I need people to help me clean, wash my dishes. They need washing right now. I need my floor vacuumed and all that. So I'm not going to quit it at something like $20,000. I'm going for $20 million. See? Because they owe it to me. I earned it. I put up with the hell with all these Judas family members who betrayed me in every way. Every way. And that's why I'm going to hang at San Quentin at sundown, see? But I can't hang the betrayal, see? If I'm guilty as all fuck and I did all these atrocious things, then I can't say, God, I've been betrayed. I have been, and my daughter, she doesn't love me. She used me, took advantage of me. She lied to me every time she had a chance. She never loved me. She never put her arm around me or hooked her arm in mine. I never once felt secure around her. I was scared. She scared the fuck out of me all the time. And she withheld my grandson, and I know they were going to throw me in the Grand Canyon. I know it. See, none of that, see. I get to leave the earth saying, I deserve everything I got. No betrayal, no professed innocence coming from me. If my estranged daughter wants to make a case, that I'm totally innocent and I'm loved, go for it. Oh, Daddy, no! Don't leave me alone on this evil planet. You're so innocent. I love you, Daddy. I love you. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus, have mercy on this man's soul. I'm not going to get that ever from They didn't even show up for Drew's funeral. They didn't even show up to help claim the body, fill the death certificate, hold the service. I snuck this light votive candle into the Mormon church and a book on the Belmont grandfathers, so they could be taken up to Mormon heaven or something. And that was pretty lonely, folks, to be sitting there doing that. The sneak in Drew's votive candle that wouldn't go out. I posted on that. So I will leave the planet utterly guilty of horrible things, horrible. But one person will love me, proclaim my innocence to God, to the warden, to the executioner. He's innocent. You don't know him like I know him. Oh, God, please spare my beloved father on this day of dread. Bye, Daddy.